feet to be washed. He said, I will wash your feet. That is servant leadership. Serve first. Another great example of a servant leader was Mandela. Mandela School of Leadership, Nelson Mandela. Nelson Mandela taught us about 5 things about servant leadership. The first one is courage. You must have the absence of fear, and you must inspire. And there's a case that has been given of him when they were flying from one town to another in South Africa. And at one point, the plane capsized. It almost capsized. There was an issue with the engine. And one person who was sitting next to him, who was writing his biography, noted that Mandela continued reading the paper as if nothing was happening. But the pilot was fighting for dear life for every passenger in that plane. When they landed, they got into a BMW and drove off because they were going to a certain village. And along the way, this particular author, gathered the courage to ask Nelson Mandela, as we were having an issue up there in the air, I saw you were very calm. And Mandela said that you never show fear to the people you lead. So the first important thing for a good servant leader, according to Nelson Mandela, is somebody who shows courage. Secondly, is somebody who leads from the back. Nelson Mandela was brought up by a grandfather who used to herd a lot of cattle. And at one point, and also that grandfather was a chief, at one point he was given the cattle to herd. And he said, you can only lead cattle, you can only lead sheep if you lead them from behind. You are able to push them, move on ahead. So at times, as a servant leader, you can also lead from behind. The last key learning from the Mandela School of Leadership about servant leadership is know about your enemy. We are told, keep your friends close and even your enemies much closer. One of the things that Nelson Mandela took upon himself was to learn the language of Afrikaans. Afrikaans was a language that was spoken by their tormentors in South Africa. He also learned about the game of rugby, which they loved very much, so that whenever he would meet them, he would talk to them in the language of rugby. And okay, Galaxy, and he was able, Galaxy, you can be able to mute yourself. He was able to create a rapport with his tormentors. Last lesson from the Mandela School of Leadership or Servant Leadership is appearances matter. In fact, somebody said, dress up and show up. Many times you don't want to feel like you want to go for that meeting, Wairimo. Many times you feel, today I don't even want to face any client. Even where you work, sometimes you feel, I have a family here, I'm in a foreign country, I do not have the energy to go and to go to work today. We are told, dress up and just show up. When you dress up and you show up, many things happen. And of course, Mandela used to say, appear in a smile, go with a smile. And there is a dance he used to love called Toi Toi. If you look at Nelson Mandela, there was a dance he used to love called Toi Toi, because he noted that the way you appear to the people can also inspire people or make people not be inspired. This morning, we are here to inspire each other, to network and to know that there are opportunities we can be able to work together. Brian, as a designer, Peterson and Rachel, Wailimo, Eva, there are areas we can be able to work. And some of us, we have already started working together. Let me quote another one more individual who was a servant leader, Mahatma Gandhi. If you go back to the history, there are 5 critical learning points about Mahatma Gandhi on servant leadership. The first one is have a mission, have a purpose. The best way to find yourself is to have a vision and to have a mission. I remember speaking to a mentor in 2008 when I left government. And I remember when I went to see him, he told me, Joe, do you have a personal mission statement? I had none. So I sat down and I created a personal mission statement around 5 critical areas: spirituality, emotionality, issues around wealth creation that we always do daily basis, matters around social, family, relationships, matters around physical, taking care of yourself, nutrition and exercise, and also matters about giving back. My sharing myself with you this morning is a way of giving back. And the sharing we are going to do here, it's a way of also giving back. So have a mission. What is your mission? The second important thing that Mahatma Gandhi spoke about on what you call servant leadership is persistence. Things are going to be tough. Things are going to come rough. And I can see I have only 5 minutes to conclude because we said we're going to be a 15 minutes power talk and then we can go into the networking. So be persistent. When you feel like giving up, just people will ridicule you. By the way, if you look at Joseph in the Bible, for those who are Christians, when he was about to be uplifted, he was imprisoned. One morning he left from being a prisoner in the morning. That evening he was a prime minister. So you'll be ridiculed, you'll be hated. When you see people are not hating you, there's nothing you are doing. When you note people are hating you, those who you work together with, those you have businesses around each other, then you know you have a mission and you are persistent. The third thing that Mahatma Gandhi taught us about leadership, and especially servant leadership, is honesty. Be honest. We are told honesty is the only remaining capital. Majority of the people, I think there is a case that is going around online. I don't know how true it is. One of the biggest banks in Kenya, I don't want to mention names because maybe some of you guys have relatives who work there. I don't know the truth, but I've seen it on social media that there was some money laundering going through. And therefore, the reason why the CEO left the job last week but one is because of that. How true that is, it is not. I don't know. But that can also be an indicator of issues around honesty. And that gentleman has been a CEO for almost so many years, 5-7 years, you know, a very huge, good salary and perks and everything. So honesty. Fourth important ingredient of a servant leader, according to Mahatma Gandhi, is strength. He said there is strength in forgiveness. Remember, the person who forgives is actually the person who has strength. You know, most of times as we work, as we do business, as we interact, we come across, even in family situations, we come across situations whereby people hurt us and we don't feel like forgiving them. I had one gentleman who we had a run-in and I was having difficulties forgiving him. Then I listened to a certain lady called Warimu Nelson. I think she has a church somewhere in Karen, a very good, and she was saying, go to that person and just tell them, I have forgiven you. Because sometimes it is like swallowing poison and expecting your friend to die or your neighbor or that enemy, you are calling an enemy to die. They will not die. It is you who is being eaten from in. So there is strength in forgiveness. The person who forgives is the one who is more stronger. The last tip that Mahatma Gandhi told us about servant leadership is non-violence. An eye for an eye only ends up making all of us kill each other. So don't give an eye for an eye. As I conclude, let me share 7 C's very quickly about servant leadership. 7 C's about servant leadership. The first C is commitment. Wake up, dress up, and show up. In fact, 50% of the battle is waking up, dressing up, and showing up. The second C, continuous growth. Seek mentors. Our grad mentor, Shuri, is always available. Some of us have already been mentored. We have been mentoring each other here. I know Eva, I know Irimo, and I know we'll continue doing that. Elizabeth, I think at one point or the other we interacted. Continuous growth. So seek a mentor, continue reading, continue investing in you. The third C, conduct. Good behavior leads to good performance. Check out on your conduct as you transact business, As you do whatever you do, ensure you have good conduct. The fourth C is creation. Become a creator, become innovative. Like now, this particular webinar, this was a creation of Peterson. Were it not for Peterson, we wouldn't be here. Therefore, let's start becoming innovative. I know Wairimu is also in a very innovative space. My time is actually run out. The last one is the issue of collaboration. Collaboration is about networks. We are here to create network. Geke, Elizabeth, Dennis Kiuga, good to see you, a very good designer. Wairimu, Ben, we are here to create collaborations. And collaborations are the ones which are going to take us from this level to the next level. Networks, remember what our mentor says, your network is your net worth. The last C, Christ-driven. Whatever you do, just commit it to God. Who you feel is God to you. If I was speaking to Indians, they have a different way of looking at God. Muslims, Allah, us Christians, we believe in one God. So always collaboration is very key. And that's what Geke is telling us. Collaboration is key. One bonus C, content. Content. Be satisfied with what you have. Be satisfied with what you have, because when you are not satisfied, it's what creates corruption. Thank you so much, guys. I can see some very good feedback. Geke, collaboration is key to you. Put it up, Joe. Excellent presentation, Eva and Goy. Thank you so much. So Peterson, I want to take this baby back to you. Thank you so much, guys. And I really appreciate for having had this opportunity to be the first one to open it. And I want to believe there are going to be many more. We probably could be doing one every month. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you. God bless you.
Wow, thank you so much. Just feel like clapping.
No, and, we can clap. We can open. Or the other guys can put signs of clapping on. Yeah, good.
Yeah, though I felt like you really you rushed towards the end. I think you missed one. You had said 7, but I think
so which one did you get? Did you get the first one was, let me go over them again very quickly. The first one was commitment. Then the commitment, we say you just wake up, dress up, and show up. The second one is continuous growth. That means you have to keep investing in yourself every day. Look for mentorship. The third one is conduct. Watch out on your behavior, because good behavior in the market leads into good performance. The fourth one, creation. Become a creativity person. Become an innovative person in the marketplace, because those people who are innovative become market disruptors. Look at Equity Bank. Came up with very innovative bank products, and you can see how they revolutionized banking. The fifth one is collaboration, teamwork. Your network is your net worth. And we normally say teamwork rocks. The sixth one is Christ-driven. And I was saying we could be from different persuasions, but it's always good to have God. And that's what our mentor used to tell us, commit all your plans to God. The seventh one is content. That be contented with what you have. Be contented, because that is what leads into corruption. Thank you so much, Peterson. God bless.
Amen, amen. Thank you so much. And just on a light note, I can already guess that you're not a preacher. They say good Kenyan preachers finish 7 times. And you just finished.
No. I always ensure I keep my time. We have learned from the mentor.
Exactly, and we're also learning. Thank you for that powerful session. Actually, it was power-packed. I have a few notes on my notebook here. And just to open it up to the rest of the members, probably I could read a few feedbacks. Okay, there's one. Thank you, Peterson, for your initiative. Wow, continuous growth from Rachel, from Brian, powerful talk. From Galaxy A20, thank you very much, Joe. I'm blessed. From Rachel, I have really learned a lot, Joe. Thank you. So since I see we are 13, and as per what we had projected is that we could also use this opportunity as a way to network. But I'm feeling like sometimes it's good to just share what we have learned and what we have picked. And probably I could allocate maybe to 4 people, the first 4 people. Now, I don't know what order I'm going to use. Maybe you could raise your hand and then I call your name. 4 people who would wish to share at least one thing that they have picked this morning, because I believe feedback is valuable.
Wairimo Moshai's hand is already up.
You can see that from your end. Very good. So
Yes.
let me go first and then I'll give the other 4. For me,
and also Geke.
Good. So we will take them in that order, Wairimo and then Geke. For me, what has stood out is the issue of personal mission and vision. That has really stirred me up because I don't have one also. And I think that could be a reason probably I feel like I'm struggling a lot. So I'll inbox you on that and work on it. So that has stood out for me. So Wairimo and Geke, you could go first in that order and give us your feedback.
Oh, good morning, everyone. I hope I'm audible enough. Okay, it's a pleasure to link up with you again, all of you, and to see you in good health. I don't know mentally how everyone is doing, but seeing you here, it's an honor. What stands out for me today is leading from the back. At least I've learned something new, that from now on, as a leader, I should lead from the back. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Rachel?
Geke.
Can you hear me? Hey, good morning.
We can, Rachel, we can.
Thank you. Now, thank you so much, Joe, for that power talk. For me, there's something about the vision and mission. It's something I have really, really, really been struggling to work on. And I just wish one day I could just wake up and come up with one good vision for myself. I feel that would really help me and become more focused. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Rachel. I think that is an area we can assist each other, as Peterson is saying. I mean, we can always sit. I know I have helped. I think we have sat with Eva before, and I have worked with her. So I'm always willing. Kindly, my number, I'll put my number here. I'll be willing to meet and we sit down, we see what we can. Peterson, because I can see from my end, I can see Geke's hand was up, and then from there, Eva Wangui.
Hello, guys. Am I audible? Good morning. All right, fair enough. So thank you for the presentation, Joe. And it's always a pleasure to reconnect again, and learn and relearn at the same time. So my key takeaway was collaboration, and it's something that I'm working on right now. Collaborating with the community, collaborating with stakeholders and many other people that benefit from something I'm coming up with, a concept. So it's something that I'm willing to learn on how it works and how to be efficient in being able to collaborate more. So I believe that having more of these connections, it can be very key towards now to be more effective in running projects in the community, and also our businesses and many more social entrepreneurship ventures. So thank you, guys.
Just a quick comment, Peterson, if you allow me, especially because some of these things may slip under the carpet. The issue of collaboration, Geke, ideally, especially if you are doing community projects, and I think Wairimo Moshai is an expert around that, but you find there's what you call lobbying and advocacy. You got to identify who are the opinion leaders in that particular community and ensure that your project is not running parallel or against them, because they can easily bring down your project. So I would maybe 2 things that you can carry away. Number 1, lobbying. You lobby the local, maybe for example, county government, You lobby the local chief. You know, some guys you may think are not of any importance, but they will do a lot of protection for you. You lobby the local elders, village elders, and the local team in terms of administration. That's very important. And then, of course, advocacy. You can identify especially community organizations like churches and other social groups that have authority in that, what you call the opinion shapers. And you just symbiotically work together. That's what I would be maybe my take for now, but we can take this conversation. Maybe we can look at it like a topical area. We can ask Wairimu Mushai, maybe she can be able to share with us in the next session on collaboration, because I know she that is her forte. Thank you so much. Thank you again. So Eva Wangoi's hand was up, and then I can see Galaxy. So Eva and then Galaxy.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you, Peterson, for organizing this. And Joe, this was a really good presentation. What I've taken from this presentation today was continuous growth, seeking mentors, and continuing to learn. So that is one area that I really do struggle with. You know, it's actually not the seeking of the mentors, it's maintaining the mentors. So Joe has been really, a great mentor in the healthcare industry. And yeah, I'm looking forward to learning more and continuing with these sessions. And I will side chat Joe later on.
Good, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Galaxy.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone. My main challenges are remaining Christ-driven, and not on my part. But when you're doing business with people, you will normally find out that they will always ask you for kickbacks and all that. And that, to me, becomes a very big challenge, because it becomes very, very, very difficult for me to stand in my faith and still deal with them. And I know you said there's strength in forgiveness. I forgive them, but I always find myself like, as if, where are the honesty people? And I get discouraged and I feel drained by having always to deal with unscrupulous people. Thank you.
Lucy Jambi, maybe you have a contribution. Lucy. Okay, maybe what I can tell you, Galaxy, but then you can give us someone can be able to mute Lucy Jambi.
I've tried.
Maybe what I would want to know, Galaxy, is your name, because now we don't have your name.
I've tried to change it, and somehow I'm not able to change that name. Yes. My name is Elizabeth Wolf. It's Elizabeth Wolf.
Ah, Elizabeth Wolf. I remember okay. There's something we call in management, Elizabeth, maybe in form of helping you in terms of when people ask for what you are talking about.
Yes.
It is legally and it is recognized, and I have seen it even with some multinational companies, because I've done some work with Coca-Cola at one point. There's something we call a finder's fee. Finder's fee. The kind of environment we are in right now is that you are not the only person who can do that job. We can